until he got cold.
Yeah.
When James even came back, they rode him until his beard went cold. But I've always lived by that thing. Ride the dude until you've ridden it as far as it can go.
Okay. Another few games that we got here. Saints end up winning 33-27. Seahawks.
The backup
quarterback. Yeah, with another backup quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. And it's like the year is weird, man. These backup quarterbacks are actually coming in and producing. So
it's going to be the things that I think make it easier for the backup quarterbacks to come in and be able to produce as everything is I think a lot of the systems are so similar that if a quarterback is getting moved from one team or another, and it's a backup, is that they're pretty much all in the same systems almost.
Right.
So they're able to come out and run it, and a lot of the coaches are making it simple and are making it, their schemes are making it where they can get guys open, they can get guys in the open field, and they can get their playmakers the ball easier than what they usually do. And it's good to have a backup like Teddy Bridgewater, who's been in the league for years.
Yep.
And who knows you at least got a little bit of athleticism with him, and he can move a little bit. And they also got the Swiss Army knife on their team. That if something happens, they can put him in there. But it's just a lot of these backup quarterbacks don't have a lot of tape on them, so they're able to come in, and then everything gets simple, just gets dumbed down a little bit, where the backup quarterback can just makes it simple on them.
Gotcha. Got the Texans and the Chargers that went 27-20.
With another no, there was no backup quarterback.
No backup quarterback there.
Backup running back there.
The nightcap game was the Rams and Browns. Rams win 20-30. Browns had their chances, but they just so undisciplined with the penalties and
the Browns. And just say it. The Browns browned it.
Yeah. So I mean, they got all this talent on this team, but you can see there's a lot of undisciplined.
They got a lot of knuckleheads on the team too.
Exactly. So,
and that's what I said. I said talent in the world can get you so far, but you can't be knucklehead.
No. So
if you're knucklehead, then stupid crap happens. You can't be knucklehead.
No. So what's up with Todd Gurley, man? He had an off game. He only rushed for like 43 yards, and then was really
Todd Gurley's been having off 3 years.
Yeah.
With his injuries and things like that, he's been off a little bit to me. But once he gets going, he's really, really good. But the good thing is that Rams team's loaded,
right,
on the offensive side of the ball. So
then Monday night game, you had the Bears and the Redskins. Bears won 31-15. I mean,
Redskins suck.
Yeah, nicely put it. So, all right, let's move over to college football. And
Redskins are playing a backup quarterback, but he's not really a backup quarterback.
Yeah. Case. Got to make a case for Case Keenum.
Got to make a case for Keenum. Apparently, they need to put his ass in the case because he was getting killed.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And somebody's like, "Do you put Haskins in the game?" I was like, "What? So he can get clobbered by that Bears defense too?" Hell no.
No, you don't risk that. No.
You take the next week, you get him ready, and you play him then. Because Case Keenum is not your answer.
You think he's gonna go in next week?
He needs to. They should pull the trigger. If the Giants have already pulled the trigger, they definitely need to pull the trigger.
Oh yeah. You might as well make that change now and get him acquainted and get him going because, I mean, Redskins fans ain't got nothing to look up to.
Let him rip.
Yep. So your games, college football games, it was a fun little week, man. Utah, USC. USC ended up beating Utah 30-23. I know USC's not ranked. Utah's ranked 10. So
not anymore.
Big upset. Let's see. Boise State did come back against Air Force, but it was a close game for a little bit and ended up being 30-19.
Once Air Force's quarterback got hurt, it was over for Air Force.
Yeah. Clemson dominated. Alabama dominated. Number 3 Georgia was in a tightly contested game with Notre Dame. 23.
Now is Notre Dame that good, or is Georgia a little overrated from what we think?
Makes you think. It was definitely a good close game.
Because Georgia looked good against bad people.
Yeah.
So are we? I don't know how to view it. I think it's more of Notre Dame's better than everybody thinks they is.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll soon find out.
Oh, yeah. Number 4 LSU dominated Vanderbilt. That was a blowout. Ohio State dominated Miami, Ohio. You got number 8 Auburn and number 17 Texas A&M. That was a close game. Auburn won 28-20. Did you kind of catch highlights of that game, or?
Oh yeah, I watched a lot of that game.
Did you?
I paid attention because my game was on at noon, so I got to watch everything afterwards. And Auburn's offense is great at times, but then there's times where you give them the sideways puppy dog look. Like, what were you trying to pull off there? Auburn's defense is pretty good, but again, you give them that sideways puppy dog look with trying to figure out what they're trying to do. And in 2 weeks, that game's a season definer.
Yeah.
For 2 teams.
It's gonna be a fun one to watch.
That game right there in 2 weeks is the one that you're going to figure out how good both of them are.
Yeah. Speaking of Florida dominated. Number 9 Florida dominated Tennessee in fashion. They kind of came on strong in the end and just turned on the Jets and beat them 34-3. Kevin, you want to talk a little bit about that game?
I don't like where they switched the quarterbacks at. I'd rather you gave Trask the whole half, especially going into halftime, and not have that one where you run the ball 3 times with Jones back there.
Right.
But other than that, it showed exactly what I thought they were going to do. When Trask is in the game, the defensive ends are collapsing because they know that Kyle is not a threat to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Dan wanted to run the ball, he put Emory Jones in. They ran the ball for, I think, on one drive, they ran the ball for like 68 yards. Because Emory Jones was back there, and the defensive ends were not crashing because they were worried about Emory getting to the outside and gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that little cat and mouse game of when we're wanting to run the ball and we're going to pound the ball is going to be the telltale sign of when Emory comes into the ball game. Because Dan has to make up his mind where he's going to want to run the ball at.
Yep.
If he sees that this is the point in time where we need to run the ball, control the clock a little bit, then you'll see Emory pop in. But Kyle Trask can throw a stinking football.
Yeah, that he can. You ain't lying about that one.
He can throw a football, and he looks poised. And for everybody talking about the offensive line, their run blocking has been iffy, but man, has their pass protection been good.
Been solid, right?
Their pass protection has been really, really good so far this year.
Gotcha.
And for that to be our one scary spot on our team, it's definitely been solid. But the defense is going to keep getting better because they're going to add more pieces to it here pretty soon.
Sure.
The certain transfer from Georgia is about to be cleared.
Should be fun.
Yeah, adding Brenton Cox to a defense who's already leading the country in sacks. It's going to give them much needed depth. And with Zinga coming, Zinga's still been out, but the transfer from number 58 Bullard from the transfer from Louisville has just played. He's played lights out. My mom even mentioned it the other day while we were watching the game. She goes, "That number 58 guy is everywhere." And I was like, "Yeah, because he's really, really good."
Tell that young man to eat, right?
Oh, he is a very good player. I'm glad after he graduated from Louisville that he was able to transfer here.
Nice.
At least give us a year of his services. But he has been very, very good for us so far this year.
All right.
But we get that little bit of depth, and we get Britton to be able to come in. Yeah, it should be a little scary.
Hey, I'm liking what I'm hearing. So,
and hopefully we get that in 2 weeks.
Yes.
If not 2 weeks, at least before the LSU game.
Right. You got number 11 Michigan at number 13 Wisconsin. Wisconsin ended up beating them 35-14.
Michigan sucks.
Yeah, they're a little bit overhyped, man. And
Michigan every single year is overhyped for one reason and one reason only. Their damn coach. He is the most overrated, overhyped coach in NCAA football.
is there a discussion now that he should be let go, or what you think on that?
He's won one freaking game against top 10 since he's been there. One. I think he's 1-10 against top 10 teams.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for that. If you're that good of a coach, you shouldn't be losing that many times to top 10 team.
Yeah, Michigan's one of them story franchises, programs that, they try to bring these coaches in, and now this one here is not living up to his expectations, and, fans are out crying, and, I don't know where they go from here, but,
It's easy. It's easy to look like a really good coach when you're at Stanford and you're not playing nobody. It's really easy to be a good coach at Stanford when USC's down, when UCLA was down. It's really easy to look good back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to look good in the NFL when your defense was phenomenal in San Francisco. And you're lucky into 1 year of having a quarterback that played out of his mind.
Yep.
It's easy to do that. But it's not easy to do that when you're going up against competition like Ohio State and Wisconsin and teams like that every single year. It's not easy.
No. He's finding out right now, so.
He's finding it out the hard way. You can go and recruit all you want to. You can do all these things in Florida trying to take these kids and bring them up to Michigan and everything like that. But if you can't coach them the right way, you're done. What do I always say about college football? College football is the most important thing in college football is your coaching. Because they have to do so many things that if you find the right coach, you're going to be good.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, there's guys that can recruit their tail off and get these kids to come in, but they can't coach them. We've seen that multiple times.
Yeah.
Belichick could recruit anybody. Once they got here, he couldn't teach them a lick.
It'll be interesting to see how this story carries on, because I know everybody, few Michigan fans are really calling for Harbaugh's head, so we'll see how that works.
Yeah, I think he gets another year, and if it goes to the wayside after that year, he's gone.
Yeah.
The bad part is Ohio State keeps reloading.
Yeah. Yeah. They're coming every year, man.
Ohio State gets the backup quarterback from freaking Georgia and makes him look like a Heisman Trophy front runner.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man.
But Oklahoma keeps doing that crap.
Yeah, them too.
Oklahoma has not played a guy they've recruited. Like, just recruited from a freshman on in the past, 4 years. Every single one of their guys has been a transfer.
That played particularly well, too. They all look good the last few years. They got these transfers.
Because that system is set up for you to sling the ball 437 times a game. And guys are going to be running open just because they make them open.
Hey, Lincoln Riley is doing a heck of a job over there. So
Lincoln Riley's in Nebraska. Oh no, Lincoln Riley is there, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he took over for.
He took over Stoops.
For Stoops, who's the one that? Oh, Scott Frost went to Nebraska.
Scott Frost, the
and
USC.
He's looking better now too.
Yeah. So.
But Nebraska still needs to get his people in.
Yeah. It's going to take more.
Nebraska get Frost people in. Nebraska's going to be confused because they're used to people just running the damn football. Mm-hmm. They're going to be like, what the hell's going on here?
Exactly. Speaking of UCF was ranked 15 against Pitt, and they lost by one. 35 Pitt and UCF 34. The battle in Pittsburgh on Heinz Field.
Hey, UCF! Get the fuck out of here!
It was a fun game to watch. I will say that. It was a fun game to watch. me and Kevin, even the week before when Kevin was down there, we was talking about the Pickett kid, and the Pickett kid was nice. And, yeah, I was like, well,